famous tantric Jamana Gubhaju. Jamana Gubhaju's real name is Manju Vajra. Some call Manju Vajracharya of Musumbaha a tantric guru of Pratap Malla, and some as a guru of Pratap Malla's son. In Newari language, Jama means very skillful and Manu means people, whereas Gubhaju is derived from Guru and Vaju. Vaju means saw. So around that time, Manju Vajracharya was a very skillful tantric. So Newari people of Kathmandu Valley started calling him Jama Manu. And that is how he get his name as Jamana Gubhaju. There is also another legend behind his name. In Newari, Ja means rice and Mana means not to eat. Around that time, great tantrics do not use to eat rice before doing any pure rituals. There is also a legend that the wife of Manju Vajra used to cook rice by burning her own feet by her tantric power, which makes that rice impure. That is why Manju Vajra is said to have never eaten the rice, and he got his name as Jamana Gubhaju, or a tantric who do not eat rice at all. Thus, in 17th century, among the people of Kathmandu, the famous tantric Jamana Gubhaju is also known for not eating rice. There are many legends about him. Musumbaha is a monastery related to Jamana Gubhaju. Jamana Gubhaju used to do chanting, meditation, samadhi, yoga, etc. Jamana Gubhaju, even among the tantric gurus, was the strongest and wisest. From time to time, he used to perform miraculous deeds like looking at the hands of a royal family and the people to cure and filling water in a bamboo basket with a hole or doko in Nepali language. He was always involved in chanting, penance, meditation, yoga, samadhi, etc. He used to treat the sick and teach the children at home. Jamana Gubhaju's house was in Bermutol and had a dugout well outside, namely Japatu. Jamana Gubhaju used to enter the Japatu well every day and worship the various frightening ghosts and demons living inside by feeding them whatever they wanted, and Jamana Gubhaju used to come out of the Santipur gates of Swayambhu. It is said that in this Santipur there are 7 doors. No one has been able to enter through these 7 doors except Jamana Gubhaju. During the reign of Malla king Pratap Malla, there was a drought in Kathmandu. When there was no rain, King Pratap Malla came to Swayambhu looking for a solution. The gurus then suggested him about a holy book in Santipur. They said if that book is pointed towards the sky, it will rain. Only Buddhacharya priests and great devotees can enter Santipur. King Pratap Malla also had to take teachings, as only those who had taken necessary teaching could enter Santipur. There is a legend that Jamana Gubhaju has instructed King Pratap Malla to bring harmony in the country by sending King Pratap Malla inside the Japatu at Brahmatol in Kathmandu and taking him out from Swayambhunath's Santipur door. When there was no rain in Nepal, King Pratap Malla entered Santipur with the instructions of Jamana Gubhaju by opening up to 3 doors, brought out a book written with the blood of black snake and showed it to the sun, and as soon as he did that, the rain falls on Kathmandu Valley. This incident is something that all the tribals of Nepal Mandala have been hearing about. The temple bears inscription dating back to 1658, remembering King Pratap Malla entering the temple during the drought to appease the serpent gods and bring rain. While it is historically proved that King Pratap Malla was the king of Kathmandu, it should also be true that Jamana Gubhaju was also historically a real person. Jamana Gubhaju sent the king to Santipur in Swayambhu, where no one could go during the drought, and asked him to take out a book written from the blood of snakes, from which it rained. Once upon a time, a magician from India came to the Kathmandu Valley with one of his disciples and started showing magic. That magician was trying to scare the people of Kathmandu Valley by his magic tricks, giving them the name of Tantra. Jamana Gubhaju had filled the bamboo basket with holes, or doko in Nepali language, with water and presented it to the magician after he saw the children being robbed and extorted by that magician from India. The magician dropped that water from that bamboo basket with his tricks, which had made Jamana Gubhaju little bit upset. One day, the magician began to show his magic while many people were gathering in the busy place of the Kathmandu city. He made his disciple lie down on the floor and covered his chest and abdomen with a large blanket so that only his head and legs were visible. Then he said, "Look, people of this town, these are the poor people of my village. Their earnings are not good. He has not been able to eat for many days. Like 15 days in a month, he does not even get to eat a single meal." Again, he began to say, "Look, people from the city, listen. His heart and liver are very weak. So this poor man will live only a few days now. To save him, his heart and liver should be taken out of its body by chanting Tantra mantra, and heart and liver should be taken to the temples of Kal Devata, and Tantra mantra should be blown. And this poor man should be taken to his house and covered with a basket so that no one can see him and his heart, and liver should be kept inside his body. Otherwise, he will die." The magician kept saying, "But I will save him. I will not let this poor boy die of hunger." Then the magician put his hand inside the blanket and pretended to say some mantra and took out his hand. The magician had a heart and liver in his hand. At the same time, his disciple also shouted, threw the blanket with both hands, got up and started acting. The disciple began tossing his chest and abdomen and said, "Oh great magician, save me by placing my heart and liver in my body before today's sunset by chanting Tantra. Otherwise, I will die." Then the magician was placing that boy's heart and liver on a nearby banana leaf and boasting that no one has the ability to defeat him. Whatever he will say will happen. He was saying such an arrogant and monotonous word. At the same time, Jamana Gubhaju came to know this while sitting in his own house. Jamana Gubhaju immediately became an eagle under the influence of his mantra and perfection of knowledge in order to destroy the cracked eagle. Becoming an eagle, Jamana Gubhaju flew away with the heart and liver placed on the banana leaf. This created a problem for the magician from India. That magician began to worry that the boy would die if he did not have the heart and liver. What to do now? Letting the child to die like this is also a great sin. On the other hand, if the child is not kept alive, the audience will kick him. One of Jamana Gubhaju's acquaintance said with a chuckle, "Go to Jamana Gubhaju's house and beg and apologize to him. Jamana Gubhaju will help to bring his heart and liver. In this way, you can save that boy." Hearing this, that magician left the disciple and went looking for Jamana Gubhaju's house. As soon as he knocked on the door of the house, one bird started screaming, saying, "A magician has come! A magician has come!" The magician was shocked to see this. He went straight inside and see Gubhaju's wife was pouring alcohol on her knee in a big oven by burning her own knees. The wine was boiling. She started cooking with a fire in her own leg. The magician was shocked and joined hands and explained his problem. Jamana Gubhaju's wife told him that Jamana Gubhaju has gone to the forest to graze goats. Magician went to the forest and searched. As he approached, he saw a man bending a large peepal tree with his left foot from top to bottom, easily feeding the goats with the leaves of a tree of 50 feet high. When he saw such a surprise, he was shocked. Embarrassed by his repeated arrogance, he begged Jamana Gubhaju and apologized. That magician also kindly confessed that he would never come to Kathmandu Valley again and do such a thing. Jamana Gubhaju also gave the heart back. Thus, his disciples survived and he hurriedly moved to India. It is believed that Jamana Gubhaju was also cursed for abusing his tantric power. Jamana Gubhaju is said to be cursed that his house would never be empty of disabled people. Jamana Gubhaju, who was meditating for the welfare of the people at home, did not return any answer for a long time. As there was no any answer from Jamana Gubhaju for a long time, his wife entered the room, breaking the promise given to him, but she found him dead. Jamana Gubhaju was cremated. Even after the funeral, people were surprised to see Jamana Gubhaju return from Swayambhu. So, Jamana Gubhaju left his body, but his soul was immortal, and before he died, he said, "As long as there are blind, disabled and crippled people here, I will not die." Even today, there are some blind, disabled and crippled people in his town. That is why he is still believed to be alive and he is worshipped once a year in his hometown and Swayambhu. It is believed that Jamana Gubhaju's original home is at Srikhanda Mool Mahavihar, Kumarighar, Basantapur. Thank you.